okay with her kind of sideways like that? You got
It is
framed okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, good.
All right. So I'm going to just ask you first to introduce yourself, tell me where you're from, and then tell me like what you thought about the movie.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we need your full name and then you know,
Okay.
where you come from and.
Aloha, my name
Okay,
is.
so you'll be looking at me.
At you.
Yeah. Pretend
Okay.
the camera's not here. Just you and me talking.
Okay,
straight.
sounds good.
Okay.
Aloha, I'm Aunty Gwen. My whole name is Gwen Lanakila Newton Anderson. And I grew up in Honolulu. And I was so excited when I saw the movie because there was a picture of me on Earl Harbin's shoulder surfing in the film for a second. Scoop Suzuki, who was a photographer for the Honolulu Advertiser, took that picture. And I saw it and I was so touched because I remembered what it was like to be a Hawaiian in those days. And you captured the essence of Hawaiian aloha in this film. It is something that we treasure. It's something that we don't understand when we see anger and revenge and reparations requests. We can't understand that because Hawaiians have always opened their arms and had people come. No matter what you say, we love you. And that's what this film was about. It was also very educational, and it taught everyone that all board sports really originated with Duke and before Duke. Because Hawaiian women surfed way before Duke. Surfing has always been part of Hawaii. But people don't realize that it left such a legacy for contemporary athletics, especially the board sports, and that there was such a humility and a softness and a loving quality about Duke that is pretty common in many, many Polynesian cultures. It's common all over the Pacific. And I saw the faces of people I know and love, and I could see the essence of aloha in Duke's face that's very familiar to me in many of my ohana and my friends, and including people of all races who have been brought up in Hawaii. This is who they are. It has nothing to do with skin color. It has nothing to do with a ubaf nose. It has nothing to do with knowing how to speak pidgin. It has to do with this. That's what Hawaii is all about. It's about aloha. Real aloha. Christ-like aloha.
I love it. I love it. I just want to ask you a question because so this picture of you on you know, doing the tandem surfing, you lived through this wave of popularity that came, that the whole surfing thing, and understood that came from Hawaii, and it went to California, it went all over, and they're making movies about it. What was that like to see the influence?
Well, my uncle was Ed Parker, who was the karate man that taught Elvis Presley. And I also was part of that wave that took Hawaii into Hollywood. And we saw all of the actors coming to Hawaii, and it was the beginning of something that we thought was pretty wonderful. And now we wonder if we should regret it because we're overrun. And Hawaiians are moving away. It's becoming impossible for local people to buy homes, to find jobs enough to allow them to live there and raise families. And they're leaving, and it's a heartbreaker. However, it's always been a land of aloha. It's never been one to keep people out. It's always been, you come my house, you eat my food, you come my church, I go your church, you marry my daughter. There was never any kind of isolation, only our people. Never like that. It was always open. And in that era, in the 50s and in the 60s, it probably was a precursor to the civil rights movement. And we were happy to be part of it. That's the loving part of it.
Well, I appreciate your perspective on that. I'm going to ask you this question because I think that it's part of what you just said. Duke came from a time when he tried to show everybody that aloha can win, being nice can win. We live in a time where a lot of people would tell you, being nice, you can't win. you got to just play dirty. So what is your thought of the timeliness of this message, and can being nice, can it truly win?
It's
What do you think?
seriously needed in our day. It's seriously needed. And if people could get the essence of it and practice it and apply it, they'll see the immediate response. That's why everybody loves Hawaii. That's why people wish they were Hawaiian, is because they want to replicate that. They want to reflect that and respond to that and be that. So all we have to do is be quiet, be loving, be an example, and maybe it'll take longer than the anger versus anger. But love always conquers, always.
Solid.
Great.
Okay, thank you.
Mahalo.
Thank you so much. Love you.
I love you too.